lack of dates, a lot has happened in my life. I don't remember when things happened exactly, but I completed my degree in university in America. I earned a MBA, Master of Business Administration in Finance and Economics. And of course, that would lead to a career in martial arts, naturally. So as soon as I finished my degree, I said that's time to come back to Israel, leave New York, the time is right, and I arrived in Israel. And of course, I looked for a place to train. So the first place somebody recommended to me was a big martial arts studio. They were teaching Shotokan karate. And I went in there and they saw me as a bit of a street fighter. My training had been more in Kyokushin, a little bit of a different style. They looked at me and they said, you have to calm down a little bit. Of course, there are different styles of Shotokan. I think it was JKA, but I'm not sure. It was in the heart of Jerusalem, in near Mea Shearim. And I went there for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and didn't really suit my style. They felt I was a little bit too aggressive, or I'm not sure what. And I was looking around, and I went to visit my friend Alon Kirshner, who owned a weightlifting gym. I used to work out with him there. And there was a karate school adjacent to his school. Again, traditional karate, adjacent to his gym. And I looked into it, and I started talking about my background and what I was doing and what I was looking for. And I remember Alon kind of like reached under his desk and took out a flyer, like on the sly, like, here, look at this, take this flyer. It's a friend of mine, Itay Gil. This is what you're looking for. This is the hard-hitting stuff. Forget this place over here. You know, Itay Gil. Just tell him I sent you, and check it out. So sure enough, I went. It was on a street called, a neighborhood called Romema in Jerusalem. Rehov Hamem Gimel is the address, the community center. Dingy, dirty, electrical wires sticking out. Cold during the winter, hot during the summer, your real classic hardcore gym. Would have been condemned by the Board of Health or anybody who looked at it. I used to get there early and sweep up, clean up a little bit. But I went in there. Itay took a look at me. There was an old bag there, remember, a very thick, heavy bag, a green bag. And he said, let me see what you can do. And I started kicking the bag, and he said, all right, you got some power, you got some form. We can work with you. And I joined and trained very, very hard. It became a lifelong relationship, a lifelong friendship, which I'll tell more about. But I started going there 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And there were 3 classes, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. And I went for all 3 classes every single time. And I remember at one point Itay said about me, as much as I know that the sun will rise tomorrow, I know that Moshe will be on the mat. And so it was. I attended every single class that was offered and worked very hard.